welcome to Our Kids, sponsored by Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Ballard High School correspondent Tori Minteer. This October, we have stories on business partnerships with our schools, students investigating future careers, and we spotlight a student hero. Plus, we have these student stories.
As freshmen are still trying to navigate their way around school, we have some seniors with some advice. I'm Ballard correspondent Courtney Smith, and I'll have the story.
UPS donated $175,000 worth of equipment to Valley High School. Students will be able to get hands-on training and learn real-world skills.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Valley High School today. This is one of the most exciting events which I've been involved with in my 29 years in education.
So it is an 8-belt system, which is very common at UPS. We were able to just build the 8-belt system off of one of our existing control panels. There are many safety devices on it for the safety of the kids.
Here we are with a model that is very similar, if not exact, to the model at UPS. So when students go on field trips and job shadows and apprenticeships, they know that what they're working on here in the lab is exactly the same that they're going to see when they go to UPS and actually do that work.
I cannot tell you how grateful we are to work with such high-tech equipment and programs that will help us prepare for this industry after high school. With this new equipment, our program will soar.
Being a part of this academy has helped me become a better student. My attendance is better, my grades are better, and I was able to start playing basketball again for the school last year.
It tells it when it's blocked, when it's not blocked. It feeds back to the panel. There's also a remitter-receiver photo over here.
I cannot accurately capture in words the emotional investment we've made in you and your future. If you were not counting earlier, the total participation in this endeavor with us, 12 companies and businesses and groups. I want you students to understand we all came together for you.
On the side, each conveyor has a variable frequency drive.
I think it's cool that my dad works out at UPS doing the same thing that they do here.
We've got a father and a son. These two are now going to be able to talk with each other because CJ is going to be training on some of that equipment that his dad works on a daily basis.
What it means is just have my son in there. I believe in it so much that I want to have my son go through this program. He went to any other school I could put him in Jefferson County, but I wanted him to go out there because I wanted him to be a Viking, and I wanted him to be a part of UPS, and to get this experience that he needed.
It's given me a direct path straight to UPS because you're implanting the same thing you do here out there.
KFC has partnered with Seneca High School's Academies of Louisville. They recently made a donation that will help prepare students for the future.
In 2017, over 452 Seneca scholars completed one or more online courses. This year, 204 scholars are assigned to take an online course. When we opened this lab, it was in bad shape. Many of the laptops were broken and scholars were not able to access their coursework. This generous donation today by KFC will help Seneca fulfill our mission by supporting scholars in achieving their goals. Whether that goal is graduating from high school on time with their class, taking dual credit college classes while coming to high school every day, or working on evidence for their JCPS backpacks, the new KFC Online Learning Lab will give Seneca scholars opportunities for both credit recovery and course acceleration.
I think they're amazing. Brand new Chromeboxes here at Seneca. Being able to use new technology throughout JCPS is an amazing thing, and we greatly appreciate them.
Picking Seneca as our school was a no-brainer for us. Seneca's right in our backyard. We've had some amazing internships come from Seneca High School in the past. I know we have a lot of people that want to take part in doing things to help with mentoring and helping with career readiness, and we all have a big stake in making sure that we have a talented workforce. So thank you enough. I'm humbled by this, so this is just really awesome.
We are honored and humbled for our Law and IT Academy to be partnered with KFC, and we are looking forward to expanding this meaningful partnership throughout the school.
JCPS has started an important new touchstone that will change the way students demonstrate their learning. It's called the Backpack of Skills.
In JCPS, we've started the process of developing our graduate profile. What do we want all students to know, and what skills do we want all students to have when they graduate and move on to college or career. We know our students must be academically prepared, but they must also be good citizens, creative thinkers, excellent communicators, and collaborators.
How it works is these hydraulic cylinders use hydraulic pressure to extend and contract in three axes. Picked up.
So in swim races, when kids false start, normally they swim their whole lap not knowing that they false started, but this is a light that goes at the bottom of the pool.
The journey to graduation starts in kindergarten, and every year we need to ensure students have the skills they need to move on to the next grade level. In order to measure that success, under the leadership of Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio, JCPS has developed what it is calling the Backpack of Success Skills. The virtual backpack will collect evidence about a student's learning progress along his or her educational journey from kindergarten through graduation.
We would not be able to do what we could do without our volunteers.
It's really cool to show it to someone outside of school. Showing it to your peers is one thing, but showing it to an adult who works with the organization every day is amazing.
The Backpack Initiative embraces deeper learning concepts by having students show their learning not just on a test, but in project-based learning opportunities that engage students and brings concepts to life.
We learned how to use technology better because we made a website.
So when you take one of our QR codes, they're going to be on each of the plaques.
And QR codes and things like that.
Also, the answer to that is people draw conclusions about you based on what you wear.
In addition to collecting evidence along the journey, students will defend their learning at key transition periods: 5th grade, 8th grade, and graduation.
It's a lot more fun, you get a lot more experience out of it, you get a lot more knowledge from it. Instead of just the regular note-taking and all that, you're actually talking to people.
And it's not just academic concepts like literacy and numeracy that will be measured. Students will also collect evidence about the arts, citizenship, responsibility, and perseverance.
You guys, I'm going to ask you a set of questions.
This is the therapy tent. We offer therapists who are available for any refugees who want to come talk. We offer a safe place where people aren't subjected to any form of abuse or judgment.
I've been so hungry for visitors.
Well, we all have to work together in order to have it run smooth. And if we don't work together, it kind of like falls apart.
These are the skills that we know will make our students successful in college and or their careers.
I'm very proud because this is my second year coming here, and every year we got to sell our stuff, so it makes you feel good that things you're doing as a teenager actually get sold.
A couple years from now, maybe y'all see me out here with my own company or something like that.
So grab your backpacks and get ready to be a part of an innovative education initiative that will improve student learning for all students in Jefferson County Public Schools.
Correspondent Courtney Smith talked to seniors and got some advice for freshmen. Check it out.
As the school year begins, Ballard seniors would like to offer some advice to the underclassmen.
My senior advice is to learn how to efficiently walk in the hallway and do your homework.
Okay, my senior advice is be on time to class and do your senior reading.
My senior advice is to socialize with people and get to know everybody.
My senior advice is that if you're ever going to not do your homework, don't let it be at the beginning of the year, because if you start off with a C, it's hard to bring it up.
My senior advice is when you need help, ask for it.
My senior advice is to study for the ACT, because that really matters on college applications.
My senior advice is to have fun.
I'm Ballard correspondent Courtney Smith for Our Kids.
We have a lot more stories to come. Stay with us.
This year, I want perfect attendance.
Okay, maybe not perfect.
Maybe I will miss a day.
But no more than 5.
Why?
Because absences add up.
And attendance has a major impact on achievement.
Missing 10% or more of school would mean that 3rd graders would not be able to master reading.
6th graders failing subjects.
9th graders dropping out of high school.
That's why I want to go to school every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Hashtag school every day.
It's time for the Showcase of Schools. Learn about the Backpack of Success Skills, Academies of Louisville, new innovative schools, and our magnet schools. Join us on Saturday, October 27th from 9 to 4 at the Convention Center. We are JCPS.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Ballard High School correspondent Tori Minteer. AT&T Kentucky made a donation to help robotic clubs at several schools throughout the district. Central High School students show how this will make an impact.
We are at Central. This is our makerspace. We call it a colony because our mascot is a yellow jacket.
Our robotics program is a perfect example of leading change in JCPS and in our country.
A lot of money for it. We have awesome stuff, and this is what we use as our hub or our base for our robotics team.
Robotics at Central began on a table in the corner of an English classroom here at Central. 4 years later, we are the high school leader of robotics education in all high schools in Louisville, Kentucky.
I like how I can make things.
We are proud of our program because in this short period of time, we have competed locally, state, national, and internationally.
AT&T was kind enough to give us $15,000 so we can basically spend on stuff like this court here, or new parts. Because this year they're completely changing all the parts that we can buy.
So as you can see, the other one that's running, the smaller one, is what AT&T is buying for us. That's the new technology. You will notice it runs faster than the other robots.
Stronger motors. Last year their tiny motors were very tiny with just gears that make it give it more torque or give it more speed. But that didn't really do much since the robots were really slow and clumsy, and if something happens or something steps on it, it's dead. This year they're a lot more stronger. We also have a vision sensor. It's basically a tiny camera here. So if you want to, maybe your object is red and you want the robot to identify that, it will identify it.
We are extremely proud of the access and the equity provided to our students, mostly students of color and female students, in their pursuit of STEM education.
We need to have kids that are able to be innovative and creative, because some of the jobs you're preparing for don't even exist yet. We don't even know what they look like, but as technology keeps evolving, the ability to innovate and be creative that you learn from these skills will translate directly into your working world. And that's the reason that we're contributing here today.
These are like what we're gonna see in the tournaments. So we have them here for like practice to see if our robots work. You just need to be a team player. You just need to be able to work with people.
It definitely helps you learn about social skills, like helping working in a team. Because it will also teach you about coding, building, like tips and tricks you need to know. But social skills and teamwork, that's like the most important part I've learned here. If you can't get along with your team, you're not going to get anything done.
It'll increase your thinking skills, and like team, how you work with other people in trial and error.
I absolutely love innovation. Like, absolutely love robotics and all things futuristic.
Members of the U.S. Navy took some time to speak with students at Carruthers Middle School. They demoed equipment and answered lots of questions.
Okay, so we carry 16,000 pounds of fuel.
I'm a naval flight officer. Specifically, I fly an F-18 Foxtrots, and I'm a weapons systems officer.
We were at Carruthers Middle School, and some Navy officers came in and talked about their job and what they do.
You also have the help of the cats, but that jet cannot take off.
Yeah, so it is Navy Week Louisville, so the Navy picks 14 cities every year to do Navy Week, and Louisville was one of the cities picked this year. So we're going around to different schools, elementary, middle, and high school, and we're talking to students about what we do in the Navy, just to give them exposure to job opportunities that exist in the Navy, and also just to show them what the Navy does.
It was cool. I liked it because I got to see all the equipment they used and how much time and what they did on the deployments. And maybe I might want to do it one day.
Everyone associates the Navy with driving ships and working on the ocean, which is true, but we also fly. We just had the EOD group. They're touring with us as well, so they're the Explosive Ordnance Disposal Group.
Miss Tressel had to put on the bomb suit. That was pretty funny. She said it was very heavy and hot in there.
There's a whole host of jobs that the Navy does. It's not just ships.
How fast is my fuel run out? That is a great question. Okay.
It's really impressive, especially the younger kids, when they ask something that you never would have thought to ask at their age, or just the technical grasp they have on your job. They'll ask me a question about one of my systems that I have to think about for a second. I'm like, do I know that answer or not? So it's really impressive how much they want to know.
Some of them fly jets, and some of them wear those big old suits, and that they have a robot that can take bombs and place them in safe places.
We've been touring different STEM schools this week, so it's really cool seeing kids that are in the shoes I was in, but how much farther along they are, like the things that they know, things that they're going to be able to do in the future.
I've never really thought about it, but yeah, I've thought of like maybe that could be something I could do.
The staff at Okolona Elementary know the importance of attendance for their students. They make every effort to make sure kids are learning.
We are at Okolona Elementary, and attendance is important because it's part of the ABCs, and attendance is the first thing.
You gonna have a good day today?
Mm-hmm.
We really drive home here at Okolona that they need to be here every single day on time and for every single lesson.
You have the right answer. We need to love on them first to get them to come to school. If their hearts are not here, then there's no way that they're going to be ready to learn. So we really have to make sure that our culture and climate is set up so that they feel like we're family. And if they feel comfortable and safe with us, then they're going to be more engaged, more ready to learn, and they're just going to feel like they belong. We have computer programs where we can communicate with our families really easily, so I'll send a message. Our principal will often call home.
We have a system where my attendance clerk puts the attendance in, she prints me out a sheet. We develop relationships with kids, and we want them to want to come to school. So we have a very caring environment. Hi, this is Karen Stearman at Okolona Elementary. I'm the principal. I'm just calling regarding Ramon. He's not in school today. I call kids every day to make sure that why they are not here and to get them here, especially if I see on their attendance record they have missed a lot of days. We go pick kids up if we have to. We do whatever it takes because if they're not here, they're missing out on the instruction. It is a lot of work, but it's worth it because we have very good attendance and we have trained our students and our parents to really strive to have good attendance.
If they are brilliant but they miss school, then they're going to fall behind. So we have to just really make sure every day that they're here, and I know that's big for us. So we do a lot to make sure that they are at school for us.
Every staff member here at Okolona cares about kids and wants them to achieve, and the first way is through attendance.
I think parents are realizing that what's going on here at Okolona is just really special and important because our administrator and our teachers are so great and we care so much about our students being here every day.
Fairdale High School student Kaylee Nees has recently received several local awards for a true act of bravery. She helped save a man from a burning home.
Dang, I just ran towards the building like I was just ready. But what I can say is the man that caught my attention, nobody would listen to him, and I understand how that feels sometimes when nobody can will listen to you or help you in certain ways. So I was like, I'm gonna help this man out because if it was me, I would want the help. So I stopped. My mom stops the car and I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "My house is on fire." He's crying. I was like, "Is there anybody in the house?" He's like, "Yeah, my brother-in-law." So I said, "Have you called 911? He said, "No, my phone don't work." So I gave him my phone, and I started running towards the house, and then the other two guys followed me, and I went in farther, and I saw him on the ground. We tried our hardest to get him out, but the part that messed me up is that he had burns on his back, and we was just dragging him out. For all the kids that think they can't never do something, y'all can always do it. No matter what situation it is, you can always do something. Even if you don't want to, just do it. Just do it. And follow your dreams. Don't let nobody stop them, because the only person that can make your dreams come true is yourself. And I want to thank everybody.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more stories about JCPS.
JCPS serves over 100,000 students, and with that, a lot of waste is generated.
We need to do our part to recycle because it conserves natural resources, helps the environment, and saves money.
When we recycle, we put less coal and gases into the power plant, which reduces the amount of toxins in the atmosphere.
We are JCPS and we recycle. Yeah!
1, 2, 3. Welcome to our satellite office. Some of the services that we will provide will be in 5 different departments: diversity, equity, and poverty, exceptional childhood education, student assignment, student relations, and Title I offices.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Ballard High School correspondent Tori Minteer. The JCPS flash ads are back. They kicked off their surprise greetings at Slaughter Elementary School.
We're at Slaughter Elementary. The flash dads is here. We're ready for another season this school year to empower and encourage and inspire our students. As a community member, it's my duty to inspire and show positive role models, male role models to our students.
Well, I hope that they give them some incentive to do good and become young men and young ladies later on in life and learn as much as they can. And we hope that we're teaching them a lot of stuff.
It's great. You can make a difference. It's a good feeling. It's rewarding.
Be your best you today, baby.
It's a positive impact, but it leaves one on us as well. You know, that we're doing our part, what we can do.
We need this quite a bit. I mean, we have guys here in the school. We do so much, but it's nice to have the dads come out and support us and have us really give the kids encouragement to do good in school.
I see a little bit of everything. Some students are afraid, they don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of smiles. There's more smiles than fear, you know, encouragement that somebody's here for them. And hopefully that inspires them to care more about their education. It inspires them to go forward and get into their career. Flash dads is where it's at. Make a difference.
Cozair Charities and Dare to Care announced a multi-year grant that supports critical food assistance services for kids across the greater Louisville region.
I can't think of a better way to start a Friday than to be at Waller Williams Environmental School. I was with somebody the other day, and it was said, when the Fez comes out, when the Fez shows up, good things are about to happen. And today is a great collaboration between Cozair Charities, Dare to Care, and Jefferson County Public Schools. We are here to announce a very special grant today, and that is a 3-year commitment of $750,000 to Dare to Care to fully support the Food Distribution Network, the Backpack Buddy Program, and the Home Delivery Pilot Program, which is launching today at Waller Williams.
50,000 children in our community who are at risk of not properly growing, not properly learning, and not properly thriving because they lack enough food. Under this program, bus drivers on buses like you see behind me will actually take boxes of fresh, nutritious food that's been picked out to ensure it's healthy. And when they drop these kiddos off at home, the bus driver will actually carry the box to the home and deliver the groceries to the family. It's a very, very powerful program. We have a lot of, we're very, very optimistic about the impact of this program.
I want to say thank you for those who can carry the vision, not just Dare to Care and Cozair, but for our team members who can carry a vision for making sure that every child has their needs met, not just in the classroom, but once they're on that school bus and once they get home, we're still educating kids and serving their needs across Jefferson County. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. We certainly look for this long-standing partnership, and we certainly hope that we can give back to you as much as you've given to us, not just today, but in the next years to come. Thank you so much.
Educators and community members met to get an update on the Academies of Louisville programs in JCPS schools.
We've developed 3 pillars that we want every single school to be a part of this year or be working on. And I can't Academies of Louisville strikes all three of these right between the eyes. So the first one you heard about, the Backpack of Success Skills. And I think this does more than strikes that balance than anything else for us.
JCPS and the community are hosting their annual retreat. And for me, it's an opportunity to really see how far this community has come in the work.
I go to Western High School, and the Academies of Louisville is basically a program that is placed in each school, and its main purpose is to create organization and create pathways for kids to follow for when they graduate to help them better on the transition from high school to real life and college.
Career academies have been around for over 50 years. What Ford NGL actually does, it has brought in a process and a structure.
So I feel like the Business Academy did help me, in fact, learn about several ethics, morals, especially with my interest in social science. So I feel like it did open my eyes to a bunch of views and let me see that business is all around us.
You start looking at your future in a totally different way. And when the people in our companies that mentor and guide these young people along, sometimes it's never happened to them before.
Coming together around a common vision of preparing our young people for college and career in life is a great motivator for people to come together and transform a system that will ensure that that happens for the students of Louisville.
The 15th District PTA's Clothing Assistance Program is a resource that helps students and families.
We're anticipating serving about 3,000 this week. This is a clothing assistance program, shortened CAP. Basically, this is a program that provides clothing for not just a student in JCPS, but for the entire family. So every student that's coming here this week is getting a brand new uniform. That's a pair of pants, a polo shirt, 5 pairs of underwear, 5 pairs of socks, and a belt. In addition, they're going to get a used uniform, and then they get to shop for the family room, which has everything from infants to adult clothing.
So thank you, 15th District PTA, for all your work and all of our volunteers for providing these services for our students. So many of our services that we provide are what we call wraparound services, trying to meet the students' needs. We have so many of our families that come and access clothing for the first day of school and throughout the year.
You can't learn if you're worried about food, if you're worried about your shelter, if you're worried about, what you're wearing. Thank you, and please donate more clothes. We have so many volunteers. Our family resource coordinators come in and volunteer. We also have some youth that are coming in for service hours, but they're all here to make sure that the students start on the right foot. You can't really learn if you don't have the clothing, if you're worried about how you're dressing. If you have the clothing, you have your school supplies, you have everything you need to start that first day of school, it's so much easier to start off on the right foot than feeling a step behind because you don't have what you need.
Thanks for watching our show. You can watch entire episodes on our JCPS YouTube channel. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.